Long ago, the human world was ruled by 6 monarchs. They were admired by everyone, but the monarchs were jealous of Helios, the god of the sun. Blinded by the jealousy of the humans' worship to the monarchs, Helios threatened humans to make the sun disappear forever. Eventually, the frightened humans sacrificed the 6 monarchs to Helios. Helios sent the 6 monarchs and their servants to exile and created a world of eternal night. Helios cursed upon them an endless thirst for blood from the humans they had cherished so much. Nevertheless, the monarchs only drank blood from evildoers and continued to love and protect their dear humans. However, the cursed servants were disgusted by the betrayal of humans. Every night, they slaughtered human beings without mercy. They worshipped the moon and waited for a child to be born on the day of an eclipse. A child to be used for a ceremony to bring an eternal night. Eventually, on the day of the eclipse, a child was born as predicted, and the devastating war between the monarchs and their servants to protect the child lasted 10 years. In the final battle of the Long War, the monarchs finally won. But as they tried to cut the neck of the last marquise who led the servants, when the red moon appears again, I will come back for the child. Then, the night sky turned red. The night the red moon rose. After a fierce battle, the monarchs found victory. The souls of the defeated were sealed inside a necklace. The monarchs realized that as long as they existed together, humans could never escape the bridle of pain. Call us Ishmael. Leaving this statement, the monarchs also relinquished their souls into the necklace. Helios' gaze disappeared into the eternal darkness beyond the unreachable sun. Meanwhile, Helios grieved the loss of his son, Phaethon. His grieving sorrow turned to anger, and that anger soon fell upon the monarchs, who later fled to the darkness. Helios stripped away the monarchs' power and imprisoned them in a chamber made from the shattered remains of the sun chariot, sending them into an endless slumber. The only way to ever regain their strength and to escape was in taking the blood of the prophetic child's descendants that they so dearly loved and tried to preserve. This was the most powerful curse that Helios could bestow upon the monarchs. Hundreds of years have passed since they have fallen into their slumber.
To be or not to be.